Hey guys, so I'm going to show y'all a lesson that I did previously in this semester on synonyms and antonyms for 4th grade. And this is the standard that was given to me. It is ELAGSE 4 L6 or L5, and it says demonstrate understanding of figurative language, word relationships, and nuances in word meanings. And the substandard is C, demonstrate understanding of words by relating them to their opposites, which are antonyms, and to words with similar but not identical meanings, which are synonyms. So I'm going to go through the lesson plan that I did, including the anchor chart that I used, guided practice, and assessment material. And this is the hook that I used. I had an emoji, and then I had 3 smaller emojis, and the students really enjoyed this hook. And so what I did was I told them, or asked them what was the left emoji, like what was it showing, and they would say like happy. And I was like, okay, well which one on the right is showing the same expression? And so they said the top one, and then and so I did that, and I would say yay. And so I did 3 more, and that was the sad or crying emoji, and which one has the same meaning behind it, and it was the middle one. And then the third one, this was like shocked or surprised, and the last emoji had the same. And so that's how I got my students interested in the lesson, and they really did enjoy this. Both of my classes did when I taught this lesson. And then we were diving deep for synonyms and antonyms. And then I went transitioned to the anchor chart that I would use for this lesson. And this is the exact anchor chart that I used. This was before. I took this picture before, so it doesn't have any words on it. But I went over like the synonyms have the same or similar meanings, so that's why the S is bold, so they can remember that synonyms, same, similar. And then I had a little cinnamon roll, because, you know, it sounds like synonym roll. And scrumptious and delicious are both synonyms. And then antonyms are opposite, so that's why I used 2 different colors. And then the antonyms, left and right are opposites, so they really enjoyed those, because they were like, oh, that's why you have ants. Yes, that's why. Antonyms. And then we went through all of the words, and they gave me at least 2 synonyms for each and 2 antonyms for each of the words down there. So start would be like begin, pretty, attractive, quick, and so on and so forth. And then antonyms, loud, quiet, fast, slow, and all. And they did really well on that. And then after the anchor chart, we went to the guided practice, where I gave them all 2 sheets of paper with these on it, with the synonym and antonyms, and the words were given, and they each had to give 2, which was different from this. They each had to give 2 of synonyms and 2 antonyms for each of the words, and they did use the different colors, which they really enjoyed. And then for the assessment, it was a flipbook activity, which I made previously, so they didn't have to use scissors or anything like that during the lesson. And the students used a word bank to connect the given word, which is on the right picture, to 2 synonyms or 2 antonyms, depending on the side of the flipbook they were on. So everything that was every word on the left side were supposed to be synonyms, and everything on the right side were supposed to be antonyms. And there were 8 words on each side of the flipbook, and so that's how what I used to assess their learning of the lesson, was if they were able to give the correct words for each of the given words. And I did allow my gifted and talented class, which is the higher level class, to come up with their own words if they knew for sure that it was right, then they didn't have to use the word bank, which they really liked that because they were like, can I use my words? I'm like, as long as you know it's right. Anyway. And then after the assessment, we reviewed what synonyms and antonyms are. And synonyms are words that have a similar meaning, and antonyms are words that mean the opposite. And so we did a review game with some whiteboards, and they divided the whiteboards into two sides, synonyms and antonyms. And synonyms would turn red, and antonyms would turn blue on the screen once everyone has answered. And then that's what it should look like on their whiteboards. In case we were short on time, I just had them do an S at the top or an A at the top for synonyms and antonyms, just to save time. And then I read the sentence, the jellyfish is very graceful and beautiful, and I told them to write 1 or 2 words for each, a synonym for beautiful and an antonym for beautiful. So they were to write under S or synonyms like attractive or lovely, and then A or antonyms, ugly or hideous. And then I had them show me their answers so I can mentally track where they are in the lesson. And then I revealed the words, and attractive, gorgeous, lovely, and stunning were all synonyms. Ugly, hideous, horrible, and revolting were antonyms. And then they really liked the whiteboard activity. And so I didn't do all of these because we were short on time, but I'm sure the class would love going through all of these, especially with the whiteboards. And some of these are like higher level words, so like scrawny, a lot of people might not know what that means. And then we moved on to sentences to see if they can change the word using an antonym or a synonym with the word. Pat and Diana reached the giant coral reef and searched for fish. And what is an antonym for the underlined word? A, huge, B, massive, C, tiny, or D, enormous. And I had them write the letter for what they think the answer was. And then I had them show it to me, and then I revealed it, which was C, tiny. And then, like, a beautiful manta ray gave Wendy a smooth ride through the ocean. What is a synonym for the underlined word? A, easy, B, rough, C, bumpy, or D, violent. And it would be A, easy. Okay, and I did a few of these. They really liked going through this, especially with the whiteboards, because they love writing on the whiteboards. And then it said, great job, and that was the end of our lesson. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, I guess, on a 4th grade synonym and antonyms lesson.